So I'm setting up Z-Tilt for my triple axis here, right? And I thought I'd do a quick lesson on how Z-Tilt works. So what Z-Tilt does is the hot end probes a triangle on your bed, right? Or it probes where the motors are. So you can actually, Z-Tilt's typically used with 3 motors, 2 in the front and 1 in the back, but you can actually have as many motors as you want. Just the motors need to correspond to the points that are moving. So, but you can have 4 motors, 5 motors, whatever you want. Now, typically it's a 3 motor setup like this, right? So there's 2 parts to Z-Tilt. First one is where the printer probes, and then the second is where the printer rotates at. So when you're coming up with your Z-Tilt measurements, you need to first figure out where the printer is going to probe. So you want it to probe like in this quadrant right here, right? And then over here you need it to probe in the same quadrant, and then here you probe right in the middle. And then you tell it, okay, so this joint moves at 377 and 0. This one moves at 0, 0. And then this one moves, the bed is 370, but it moves outside the bed. That's probably, I'll measure it, but that's like 380, 384. So it probes here, but it moves here. Z-Tilt allows you to have measurements outside of the bed area because it understands that it will move. You also need to understand the order of your machines. So you have Z, Z1, Z2. And you need to know which motor is plugged into Z, Z1, Z2. So on this machine, this is Z, Z1, Z2. So when it probes, and when I have my point set up, it needs to be this one first, second, third. And then, because if you don't do it that way, it will, like if I had it probing this one first, second, and third, when it's probing this, it actually thinks it's probing this. So it'll move this thinking that this was the spot, and it'll start doing all wonky stuff. Now, ask me how I know that. Personal experience. I didn't read that. I learned that one the hard way.